And if you tell that joke today, they'll lock you up in prison because they don't think you don't like foreigners.
What's up, YouTube?
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's good.
Recording myself on the GoPro. Oh, we'll start the fucking video, won't we? What's up, YouTube? Hello. It's been a while, actually. And something's just flashed up on here. Ask me later, yes. So, yes, I've been away because, I don't know, just had a little break from doing reviews, reactions, whatever. Anyway, a lot of people have been watching my Bernard Manning and Chubby Brown reaction, so I thought I'd do a new one. And this is Bernard Manning somewhere. Yeah, I may put up where it is here if I can be asked. So let's literally dive right into Bernard Manning.
Here he is, the king of comedy, Bernard Manning!
Good evening and welcome to the Embassy Club. I'm here to tell you a few nice clean stories, just two. Irish fellow went in a shoe shop, bought himself a pair of tortoise shell shoes, took him 4 hours to walk out the shop. Now there's nothing blue about that. Have I said bollocks yet or anything like that? Fellow in prison, he said it's cold in this cell. The warder says, I'll put you another bar on. Nothing wrong with that. Anyway, back to my own act. Fellow up in court, the judge said, have you anything to say before I pronounce sentence? He said, fuck all. The judge says to his solicitor, what did he just say then? He says, fuck all, Your Honour. He said, I'm sure I saw his lips move. Fellow going abroad, this pilot's going through the passage gate, like, you know, and he said, and he was blind with a guide dog and a stick. He said, what are you? He said, I'm the pilot. He says, pilot? He said, Jesus. He said, how do you know where the instruments are? He said, they're all in Braille. All in bleeding Braille, he said. What about when you get to the end of the runway? How do you know when to pull it up? He said, well, I hear all the passengers say, fucking hell. Nice. Little old fella, 95 years of age, sat in this pub. This woman says, don't I know you? He said, I don't know. She said, weren't you a strong man in the circus years ago? He said, I was. She said, you was strong. She said, I saw you one night bend a 14-inch bar of iron over your prick. I said, I can't do it now. He said, my wrists are gone. Fellow went to the chemist shop. He said, have you got a Jorex that big? He said, that don't fit a mouse. He said, I know, the fucking house is overrun with them. Certainly. Fellow walked in a pub with a crocodile. The landlord says, get it out. He said, it does tricks. He says, tricks, you balmy bastard, get it out. He said, you're going to have a thrombosis the way you're going on. He says, calm down, he said. You'll live longer, he said. Not seen the trick yet. Opens a crocodile's mouth like that, put his dick in his mouth like that. Got a bit of wood out of his back pocket and bang right in the head. And the crocodile went, oh. Right, Jesus, you've got some bottles out like that. He said, I told you it was good. Anybody in this pub like to try it for 50 quid? This little old woman says, I'll try it, she said, but don't hit me on the fucking head as hard as you hit that crocodile. I walked into a bank, he said, I'd like to put a few quid in. She said, oh, it's not that type of bank. She said, it's a sperm bank, this. He said, how do you mean? She said, well, people that can't have children, we pass the sperm on to them. He said, I won't waste a journey, I'll leave you drop while I'm here. She said, well, take this jar in that room, throw it over your thumb, come back and you've done. Come back 2 hours later, sweating cocks. She said, what's up? He said, what's up? I've had it in my right hand, my left hand in the door jamb, under the hot water tap. I still can't get the bleeding lid off this jar. Another fellow went to a sperm bank, there's 60 in the queue. He thought, geez, I must be in the wrong queue. He tapped this woman on the shoulder. He said, is this a queue for the sperm bank?
That's been copied a lot.
Two Jews about to be shot by the Gestapo, A behind me. Stood there. Any last request before you're shot? He said, can we stand behind the wall? He said, you cannot stand behind the wall, stand still! Navy stepped forward, he said, you dirty German bastard. Fuck you and Adolf Hitler. Ivy says, don't cause trouble. Fellow went in the chip shop, he said, give us 60p worth of fucking chips. The fish fryer said, you ignorant bastard. You don't order chips like that. He says, come round here, I'll show you how to order chips. Now then, may I have 60p worth of chips, please? He says, get fucked, you wouldn't serve me.
Okay, that's enough. I think that's enough for now. Thank you, Mr. Bernard Manning. That's very good. And I've got a joke myself, sort of in the style of Bernard Manning. So it's this bloke, right? He goes in a pub, yeah, and he goes up to the barman. He says to the barman, he says, "Fuck off." The barman says, "Fuck off," and then the barman he says, "Fuck," and then the barman says, "Fuck," and the man says, "Fuck," and the barman says, "Fuck," and then the man says, "Fuck." He goes round back. He looks at this bloke, and the bloke looks at him, and he says, "Fuck," and he says, "Fuck," and then the barman says, "Fuck." And the other guy behind the bar, he looks at the barman and says, "Fuck." The barman says, "Fuck off." And he says, "Fuck." And then everyone in the pub, they look at each other and say, "Fuck." And he says, "Fuck." And then they say, "Fuck." And he said, "Fuck." And he says, "Fuck." And he says, "Fuck." And I say, "Fuck." And he said, "Fuck." And then they all said, "Fuck." And if you tell that joke today, they'll lock you up in prison because they don't think you don't like foreigners. Fuck. So anyway, that's it really. I hope you enjoyed that. My microphone's toppled over, and shit, I'm gonna have to hold it. But thanks for watching, and if you didn't like that, then fuck off. Don't nobody go nowhere.